The night began like any normal night on Earth. Cities were busy, lights were bright, and millions of people were watching shows, playing games, or scrolling on their phones. No one on the planet expected anything strange to happen. No one knew that, far beyond the moon, something was waiting. Something that had been watching Earth for a very long time. At exactly 2:14 a.m., every satellite in orbit around Earth stopped for 1 second. Just 1 second. But that 1 second changed the future of humanity. Inside the International Space Monitoring Center, alarms started ringing. Screens went black and then flashed bright white. Engineers panicked, thinking it was a system crash. The chief operator, Lena Howard, tried to restart the main server, but the screen suddenly showed a red symbol she had never seen before. A glowing circle. Inside it, 3 sharp lines forming a strange triangle. The symbol pulsed like a heartbeat. Then a voice came through the speakers. A deep, powerful voice that did not sound human. Earth, your rise is forbidden. Every worker in the room froze. The room went silent except for the hum of machines. The voice continued, calm and cold. You are ordered to report to the Galactic Council. Obey at once. Lena felt her heart pounding. What council? Who is this? She whispered, but the voice did not answer her question. It simply repeated, report to the council. You have exceeded your allowed progress. Failure to comply will result in consequences. Then the message ended. The symbol disappeared. The screens returned to normal. But the damage was already done. Within minutes, the message appeared everywhere, on televisions, phone screens, airport displays, digital billboards, even on smart fridges and watches. Every device that had a screen lit up with the same symbol and the same message. People screamed. Some fainted. Some prayed. Some thought it was a hack. But deep down, everyone felt it was real. Across the planet, world leaders were rushed into emergency meetings. Scientists were dragged out of their sleep and taken to secret labs. Military forces prepared for the worst. In a locked underground bunker, the top world leaders watched the message again and again. No one understood where it came from. No one knew how it entered every device at the same time. Dr. Malik, a senior scientist, discovered something shocking. Hidden inside the message was a second layer of code. He decoded it and projected a star map on the screen. The coordinates pointed to a single location. A massive object hidden behind Neptune. A place no human had ever seen. A place that should not exist. It is calling us there, Dr. Malik said. This is not a warning only. It is an order. General Rowan folded his arms, his voice cold. And if we do not follow this order? Dr. Malik looked at the message again. The voice echoed in his head. Failure to comply will result in consequences. He took a deep breath. I think they will come for us. Silence filled the room. In the next hour, Earth space agencies scanned the area behind Neptune. What they saw made every expert tremble. Something was hiding there. Something big. A giant station, larger than any human city, floating in the darkness of space. But that was not all. Dozens. No, hundreds of alien ships were moving toward Earth. Small ones. Medium ones. Giant ones. An entire fleet. The leaders stared at the screen in disbelief. These were not satellites. Not rocks. Not tricks of light. They were ships. Real alien ships. Heading straight toward Earth. Panic spread through the bunker. Leaders shouted orders. Military officers rushed to alert bases across the world. Jets scrambled. Submarines were told to be ready. The world had gone from peace to terror in seconds. But among the chaos, one voice stayed calm. Captain Erin Hayes of the United Earth Fleet stood at the table, her eyes sharp and steady. We cannot wait for them to reach us, she said. We need to go to those coordinates first. If this council wants us to appear before them, then we send a representative. On our terms. General Rowan glared at her. And if it's a trap? Erin did not blink. It is a trap. But we cannot sit here and hide. If they see fear, they will crush us. If they see strength, they may hesitate. The room went silent. Everyone knew she was right. And so the decision was made. Earth would send one ship. A small, fast, Black Ops craft known as Defender 01. It carried advanced tech unknown even to most of Earth's militaries. It was built for one purpose: survival against impossible odds. As Defender 01 prepared for launch, every alien sensor in the solar system suddenly activated. Red lights blinked on their ships. Signals passed between them. The moment humanity chose to defy the message, the aliens noticed. Captain Aaron stood inside the ship, watching Earth shrink behind her on the screen. "This is Earth's first step into the unknown," she whispered. The engines roared. The ship shot forward like a piercing comet, racing toward Neptune. And somewhere in the darkness, the alien fleet moved faster. Because the moment humans ignored the message, every alien in the galaxy panicked. Far away from Earth, beyond the cold rings of Neptune, a giant structure floated in the dark. It was the Galactic Council station, a place where the most powerful alien races met to control the galaxy. Its walls were black metal, its towers sharp like blades, and millions of glowing lights moved across its surface like tiny stars. Inside the main hall, the council was already in panic. The hall was huge, shaped like a circle, with dozens of glowing thrones arranged around a burning blue flame. Each throne belonged to a different species: tall, short, scaled, armored, glowing, or wrapped in mist. But every one of them was silent now, staring at a floating hologram in the center. The hologram showed one thing: a human ship launching from Earth. It moved fast, too fast for its size. Faster than the council expected. Much faster than they wanted. The council leader, a towering figure with 6 silver eyes, slammed his claw on the table. "Earth has defied us," he growled. "They were supposed to obey, not resist. Why did they send a ship?" An insect-like alien clicked its mandibles nervously. "Because humans never follow rules, Great Leader. They are unpredictable." Another alien, a massive creature made of stone, rumbled. "We should have stopped their progress earlier. Now it is too late." A thin creature covered in shining feathers whispered, "I told you this would happen. Humans grow too fast. They change too fast. They invent too fast." Every alien in the room looked worried, but one young council officer stepped forward. He activated a file on the main screen. The file title glowed. "Earth Threat Level, Rising." The screen showed human history. All of it. Wars, inventions, rockets, machines, scientific breakthroughs, space probes, satellites, cures, engineering, and ideas that no other species could match in speed. The officer spoke with fear in his voice. "Look at this. Humans went from fire to landing on their own moon in only a few thousand years. That speed is impossible for most species." The council leader's eyes narrowed. "Continue. Humans evolve under pressure," the officer said. "When they face danger, they become smarter. When they face darkness, they create light. When they face limits, they break them." A thick silence filled the hall. The stone creature growled, "That is why we set the rules. That is why their rise is forbidden." The feathered alien added, "If humans reach level X technology, we cannot control them. We cannot stop them. We cannot predict them." One of the oldest council members slowly raised her hand. Her skin was blue like deep ocean water, and her eyes glowed like moons. She spoke softly. "The last species that evolved this fast destroyed 3 galaxies. We cannot allow that again." Another hologram appeared, this time showing the Defender 01 ship zooming through space, pushing against cosmic particles with speed that shocked even the council. The leader hissed, "And yet they run toward us. They know the message was a warning. Still they come." The insect-like alien clicked nervously. "What if they are not afraid?" The stone creature answered, "Of course they are not afraid. They are humans. They rush into danger without thinking. It is their nature." The council chamber filled with whispers, arguments, and fear. Some wanted to attack the human ship. Some wanted to block its path. Others believed it should be captured and studied. But the council leader spoke again, louder than the rest. "Send the fleet. They must not reach this station. If they do, the galaxy will see us as weak." He raised his 6-eyed face to the hologram. "And humans must never discover the truth. The young officer hesitated before speaking again. "There is something else," he said. "Something unusual." The hologram changed again, this time showing Earth's new data. The Defender 01 was powered by something strange. A new human invention. A type of energy humans should not have yet. The leader leaned forward. "What is that?" The officer swallowed. "It appears to be a quantum mirror core. If activated fully, it can bend physical laws. Their ship should not be able to fly like that. But it does." Shouts echoed around the hall. "That technology is forbidden. They cannot have it. Impossible. They leap too fast." The stone creature roared, "This is why humans must be controlled." The insect alien whispered, "No, this is why they must be stopped." The council leader finally raised his hand, silencing the hall again. "Prepare all ships," he ordered. "Form a blockade around the station. No human vessel must pass. We contact Earth only after the human ship is captured." His voice turned cold. "And if they fight? Then we erase the ship." Every alien bowed their head. Every alien accepted the command. Except one. In the shadows, a small, glowing alien watched the hologram of Defender 01 with wide eyes. It whispered to itself, "They will not stop. Humans never stop. They will reach us. No matter what we do." The council ignored the warning. They did not yet understand what humanity truly was. But they were about to learn. Because out in space, Defender 01 flew closer, brighter, and faster than ever. And the moment the council armed their fleet, every alien in the station realized their fear was becoming real. Defender 01 cut through the darkness of space like a silent arrow. Inside the ship, the lights were dim, screens glowing with star maps, and the engines humming like a distant storm. The crew worked quietly, feeling the tension in every breath. Captain Erin Hayes stood at the front, hands behind her back, eyes fixed on the window. Out there, tiny specks of starlight drifted across the black void, but something else was waiting. Something hidden. Something massive. "We're entering Neptune's shadow," said Pilot Cade, his voice steady but tight. "Signal interference rising. Something big is blocking the scans." "Good," Erin replied. "That means we're close." The crew exchanged nervous glances. Close was not always good. Close could mean death. A minute later, the ship sensors screamed. "Warning! Unknown structure ahead." The screen flashed red. Cade slowed the ship. Everyone leaned forward. Then they saw it. A giant object drifted out of the darkness. Bigger than any human city. Bigger than any human dream. It looked like a black fortress made of metal and crystal, floating with slow, heavy power. Towers rose from its body like claws scraping the stars. Lights pulsed along its edges, cold and bright. Erin exhaled slowly. "The council station," Cade whispered. "This thing should not exist. No one on Earth had ever built something like this. No human had even imagined it." The ship moved closer until the entire view was filled with a monstrous structure. Then more warnings flashed. Multiple ships detected. Threat level extreme. Around the station, alien vessels drifted in formation. Small fighters shaped like blades, medium cruisers with glowing circles, giant carriers moving like floating mountains. There were hundreds of them. "Blockade," Erin said. "Just as we expected." But the truth was worse. The aliens were not just guarding the station. They were waiting for Defender 01. A transmission crackled through the speakers. The voice was cold and layered, not fully formed like human speech. "Human vessel, you are entering restricted space. Power down. Prepare for arrest." Cade tightened his grip on the controls. "Erin, what do we do?" The captain walked to the communication panel and pressed a single button. She spoke calmly. "This is Captain Erin Hayes of Earth's Defender 01. We do not recognize your laws. We do not accept your commands." The alien response came instantly. "Earth does not choose. Earth obeys." Erin smiled faintly. "Not anymore." The alien ships shifted position, surrounding Defender 01 from all sides. Their engines glowed brighter. Weapons activated, forming rings of sharp light. Inside the ship, tension grew like a thick fog. Lieutenant Rena scanned the station's structure. "Captain, I'm detecting something odd. There are scanners inside the station pointed directly at Earth." "Scanners?" Aaron frowned. "For what?" Rena's fingers danced across the console. Her eyes widened. "These are not normal scans. They are long-term observation beams. They've been scanning Earth for centuries." The crew froze. "Centuries?" Cade repeated. Rena nodded slowly. "Yes. According to the data, the Council has been watching Earth since before our space age. They recorded everything, our technology, our wars, our biology, even our DNA." "Why do that?" Cade whispered. Aaron walked toward the screen. "Because they never planned to let us grow." Then Rena found something even more disturbing. "There's a restricted file inside the station's database," she said. "Title: Earth Potential. Catastrophic." Everyone felt a chill run through their spine. "Open it," Aaron ordered. Rena cracked the file. It wasn't easy. The codes were alien, complex, old. But after a long second, the file unlocked. The screen lit up. Inside were graphs, charts, maps of human growth over thousands of years. Predictions. Simulations. Future paths of human evolution. But the last line of the file stole the air from the room. "If humans reach advanced technology, no species in the galaxy can control them." Silence filled the ship. A thick, heavy silence. "They fear us," Cade said quietly. "They always have," Aaron replied. Another message came from the station, louder now. "Human vessel, surrender immediately or face elimination." Alien ships moved closer, tightening their circle. Weapons locked onto Defender 01. Cade looked at Aaron. "Orders, Captain?" Aaron did not blink. "Hold position." "Hold," he repeated, shocked. "They're aiming at us." Aaron stepped forward, voice steady as a stone. "We came here to face them, not to kneel before them." Rena's console beeped. "Captain, the alien blockade is charging weapons. Full power." Cade swallowed hard. "If they fire together, we're done." Aaron raised her chin. "Not if we show them who we are." The alien vessels glowed brighter. The entire blockade prepared to strike. Then Defender 01 activated its shield. A thin layer of shimmering energy. That bent light around the ship. The alien fleet paused. A wave of alarm spread through their sensors. They had never seen a shield like that. Never. Not in their thousands of years. On Defender 01, Aaron breathed in deeply. "Now," she said softly, "let's make them afraid." The alien ship surrounded the tiny human vessel. But the humans refused to back down. The moment the captain spoke those words, the station lights flickered, alien weapons glowed, and the first battle line of the Council tightened. Because humanity had arrived, and humanity was not surrendering. The dark hall of Defender 01 glowed with red emergency lights. Every crew member stared at the screen showing the forbidden file. The words were burned into their minds. Earth potential. Catastrophic. Captain Aaron stood silent, her eyes locked on the data. The file kept unfolding. Millions of records, alien reports, predictions made by the Council long before humans even knew space travel was possible. Pilot Cade broke the silence. "What does this mean? Why call us catastrophic?" Lieutenant Rena scrolled through the file. "Because they fear how fast we grow, how fast we learn, how fast we change." The ship hummed with tension. The crew could hear their own hearts. Outside the window, alien ships hovered like silent predators. Rena opened a video file. An alien scientist appeared, tall, thin, with glowing lines across its skin. The alien spoke. "Humans do not evolve like others. Pressure makes them stronger. Fear makes them braver. Conflict makes them smarter. And limits make them innovate." It continued. "If humans reach level X technology, no species in the galaxy can contain them. Cade leaned back in shock. So, they want to stop us. Keep us small. Keep us under control. Rena nodded. They fear what we could become. Aaron turned from the screen. Not what we are, but what we will be. Before anyone could speak again, the ship shook. Boom! A deep vibration echoed through the hull. Captain! Cade shouted. The alien blockade is shifting. They're moving closer. On the outside cameras, the alien ships tightened the circle. Their weapons brightened, red, blue, and white streaks glowing like fire. Another transmission hit the ship. Human vessel, this is your final warning. Power down. Erin stepped closer to the screen, her voice calm. We're not powering down. We're uncovering your secrets. There was silence for a moment. Then the alien voice changed. Deeper, colder. You were never meant to find the file. Inside the council station, alarms blared. Alien leaders shouted at each other, panicking. They opened the file. Erase it. Shut down their ship. They know the truth. They must not escape. But Defender 01 was built by humans, and humans do not stop because someone tells them to. Rena found another hidden document. Captain, look at this. The screen displayed human brain scans, detailed, colorful, with notes in alien language. The translation system decoded the text. Humans possess adaptive intellect. Each generation grows smarter faster than predicted. Their creativity cannot be modeled. Their emotional drive increases potential beyond control. At the bottom of the page, a sentence flashed in red. Human imagination is their weapon. Cade whispered. They fear our minds. Rena shook her head. Not fear, they're terrified. Humans do things no species would dare. Another section of the file opened automatically. It showed a timeline of human progress, from the discovery of fire to electricity to computers to spaceflight. The timeline moved rapidly, the bars climbing higher and higher. Then the prediction graph appeared. The line shot straight up, past every alien technology, past every known limit, beyond the chart completely. Aaron stared at it, then spoke quietly. They think we will surpass them all. Rena found the last note, encrypted, locked with heavy code. She bypassed it with effort. The file opened with a bright flash. Humanity may reach a point where they cannot be ruled. Do not let them unite. Do not let them advance. Do not let them discover their true potential. Cade blinked. So that's the real reason they sent the message? Yes, Aaron said. Not because we broke laws, but because we became too strong. Before anyone could respond, the ship rocked again. Boom. This time louder. Stronger. They fired a warning shot. Cade shouted. Next one will hit us. Outside, alien ships aimed their weapons directly at the human craft. Their engines flared with power. The entire blockade prepared to strike. The commander of the alien fleet spoke through the speakers. Humans, you have accessed forbidden information. That act is punishable by destruction. The crew felt a cold fear settle in the air, but Aaron did not step back. She looked straight at the screen. You fear us, she said. That's why you hide all this. The alien commander hissed. Fear keeps order. Aaron lifted her chin. Fear also causes rebellion. The alien ships charged their weapons fully. The station lights glowed bright. The blockade tightened. Inside Defender 01, silence fell, until Rena shouted, Captain, I found something else. Aaron turned. What is it? Rena pointed at the screen with shaking hands. There is a final file, deeper than the rest. It's locked with an emergency code. Only High Council members can open it. Open it, Aaron ordered. I'm trying, Rena said, fingers moving fast. But it's protected. It may take time. Cade glared at the window. Time is the one thing we don't have. The alien fleet counted down. 10, 9, 8. Aaron placed her hand on Rena's shoulder. Just open the file. Don't stop. 7, 6. Defender 01 switched power to shields. The blue energy crackled around the ship. 5. Weapons on the alien ships glowed white-hot. 4. Rena shouted. Code breaking, almost there. 3. Aaron whispered. Come on. 2. The ship trembled under pressure. 1. Click. The final file unlocked, and the screen showed something that made the entire human crew freeze in shock. A prediction that no alien ever wanted humans to see. What humans would become. What humans were destined for. And why the galaxy feared them. The final locked file filled the screen with a golden light. The crew leaned forward, breath tight, hearts racing. What they saw inside the file did not feel real. It felt impossible. It felt terrifying. At the top of the file, glowing in red. Final projection. Humans become the dominant force of the galaxy. Cade whispered. Dominant? Us. Rena scrolled further. Charts and graphs flashed quickly, showing human evolution rising faster and faster. Technology growing like wildfire. Creativity exploding in ways no alien race could match. Then came the line that froze everyone. There will come a moment when humans no longer fear anything. Aaron felt a chill. And they think that moment is now. The file ended with a final warning written by an alien elder long ago. If humans unite, their courage becomes unstoppable. If humans rise, they cannot be controlled. They must be slowed. They must be divided. They must never discover their full strength. Before anyone could react, Rena's console screamed. Captain! The alien ships! They're charging weapons again! But this time, it wasn't a warning shot. Outside Defender, 01, every alien ship aimed directly at the human craft. Their engines roared. Their weapons glowed hotter and brighter until the metal around them turned red. The alien commander's voice boomed across the speakers. Humans, surrender immediately or be destroyed. Aaron stood tall, her expression calm and steady. No, she said softly. The alien commander hissed. You choose destruction? Aaron answered without fear. We choose freedom. The alien fleet fired. Beams of energy shot forward, bright enough to blind the cameras. The impact shook Defender, 01 like a giant hand smashing it. Sparks burst from the walls. The ship tilted violently. Cade grabbed the controls. Shields holding barely. Another wave hit. And another. And another. Boom. 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 Rena yelled, shields at 60%. If they hit us again at full power. We're not dying here, Aaron said sharply. Not today. Outside, alien ships circled like wolves closing in on a single wounded prey. But Defender, 01 was no ordinary prey. Aaron pressed a switch on her chair. Prepare the quantum mirror shield. Cade's eyes snapped wide. Captain, that tech is untested. Aaron answered with certainty. Then today we test it. The crew followed her command. Lights flickered. Engines roared. The ship shook like it was tearing itself apart. A thin, shimmering layer expanded around Defender, 01, then spread wider and wider, until the entire ship disappeared inside a bubble of warped light. The alien fleet fired again. A massive blast streaked across space. But when it hit the shield, it didn't explode. It didn't break through. It didn't even slow down. The energy beam simply bent, curved smoothly around the ship, and vanished into nothing. Cade gasped. It erased the attack. Rena whispered, it didn't block the beam. It redirected it. The energy just slipped away. Outside, alien commanders panicked. What shield is that? Their ship should be destroyed. This is impossible. Aaron stood straight, eyes burning with determination. Now they know, she said. Now they understand why they fear us. The alien ships tried again. 10 beams. 20 beams. A storm of firepower that could melt mountains. All of it bent, curved, vanished. Not a single spark touched the human ship. Defender, 01 remained unbroken. The alien commander shouted in fear. That technology is forbidden. They cannot have it. Aaron replied calmly. You should have stopped us centuries ago. But you watched. You studied. And still, we grew. The blockade tightened. Alien ships surrounded the human vessel, forming a metal cage. Cade looked at Aaron. Captain, we're outnumbered. 1,000 to 1. Aaron smiled. Then we make them rethink the odds. She raised her hand. Activate Shadow Drive. The crew swallowed hard. The Shadow Drive was humanity's newest invention. Experimental, risky, unstable. But they had no choice. Rena punched the final command. The ship's core glowed deep purple. Outside, the alien sensors screamed with warnings. Unidentified energy spike. Unpredictable system. Impact unknown. The alien commander shouted. Stop them. Now. Dozens of alien ships opened fire at once. Beams tore through the darkness. Explosions filled space. But Defender 01 vanished. Not jumped. Not teleported. Not moved. It simply slipped out of existence. Like a shadow fading in sunlight. Then it reappeared behind the alien blockade. Silent. Deadly. Untouched. The alien fleet spun in confusion. What just happened? Where did they go? How are they behind us? This is not possible. Aaron's voice echoed through the speakers of the alien ships. This is your only warning. Stand down. The alien commander's voice trembled. You are not supposed to have this power. Aaron answered with calm strength. Power wasn't given to us. We made it. The alien fleet hovered in fear. For the first time in their history, they saw a species they could not predict. A species they could not control. A species they could not intimidate. Humans. And in that moment, every alien understood. The galaxy would never be the same. The galaxy around Defender 01 went silent. The alien blockade floated like a ring of steel, their ships frozen with shock. No one had ever seen a human craft disappear and reappear like a shadow. Inside the command deck, the crew stood ready. Aaron gave one calm order. Prepare for countermaneuver. Cade gripped the controls. Rena checked the systems twice. The ship hummed with a deep, powerful sound. The alien commander broke the silence. Human vessel, surrender. You are outmatched. Aaron didn't even blink. We just slipped through your strongest blockade, she said softly. Outmatched? I don't think so. Before the alien fleet could react, Defender 01 accelerated. The engines flashed white and the ship moved like a streak of lightning across the battlefield. Alien ships rushed to reposition. Target locked. Fire. Don't let them escape. Surround the human craft. But Defender 01 moved too fast. It swerved between warships like a fish darting through a river. Enemy beams shot past it, missing by inches. Cade shouted, Captain, they're trying to trap us again. Aaron smiled. Let them try. 3 giant alien cruisers moved forward, forming a triangle around the human ship. Their massive guns glowed hot, ready to fire together. Cade panicked. If they hit us all at once. We won't let them, Aaron answered calmly. Shadow Drive. Minimum burst. Rena hesitated. Captain, minimum burst is unstable. The ship might. We don't have a choice. Rena pressed the button. The world around them blurred. The air vibrated. The lights flickered. Defender 01 vanished again, but only for a heartbeat. When it reappeared, the ship was positioned directly above the alien cruisers. The aliens didn't even have time to turn. Cade locked weapons, firing pulse cannons. Bright blue pulses rained down, hitting the cruiser's engines. The blasts weren't fatal, but powerful enough to shut the ships down instantly. Hum, hum, hum. 3 giant cruisers went dark. Alarms echoed across the alien fleet. They disabled our leaders. Their weapons shouldn't be this strong. Where did they get this technology? Aaron watched the dark cruisers drift. We don't want destruction, she said quietly. Just freedom. But the aliens didn't stop. A new formation of 60 fast attack ships moved in, wings glowing red. They surrounded Defender 01 in a tight circle. Rena gasped. Captain, those are Reaver units. They were banned in half the galaxy. Aaron replied, Of course they bring them out now. The Reaver ships charged at once. High speed. Deadly. Silent. Cade pulled the controls to full strength. Defender 01 spun, rolled, and weaved through the attacks, but the Reavers were fast. Too fast. One shot grazed their shield. Another hit the hull. A third damaged the lower thrusters. The ship shook from one side to the other. Rena yelled, Shields at 40%. Aaron stayed calm. Activate mirror sequence. Captain, that's a risky sequence. Do it. Rena hit the controls. A new layer of the shield activated. Thin like glass. Bright like a star. The next Reaver attack hit the mirror shield and shot right back toward the attackers. 2 Reaver ships exploded instantly. Boom. Boom. Another 4 collided trying to dodge their own reflected blasts. Cade whispered, This shield, it's changing the battlefield. Aaron nodded. That's why they fear us. But the alien commander refused to lose. Suddenly, the largest ship in the fleet moved forward. A warship so massive it looked like a floating city. The commander's voice boomed across all channels. Human captain, this ends now. We will break your ship. We will break your spirit. Aaron stared at the huge vessel. It was 10 times the size of Defender 01, armed with thousands of cannons, protected by armor thicker than a mountain. Cade swallowed. Captain, that ship can destroy planets. Rena whispered, If it hits us once, we're gone. Aaron didn't look afraid. We won't let them get that shot. The enemy warship charged its main cannon. A bright, sun-like glow gathered at its front. It was preparing a single massive shot, enough to vaporize Defender 01. Rena screamed, The charge is rising fast. Cade yelled, Captain, say the word. Aaron stood straight. Ready the ship. Full power to engines. Shadow drive max. Rena froze. Max? That could tear the ship apart. Aaron's voice was steady. It's either tear apart or watch Earth fall. Rena took a deep breath and activated the max setting. The engine core blazed purple. The ship vibrated like it was breaking. Sparks flew across the deck. Panels rattled. Lights flickered wildly. Cade held the controls tight. Captain, it's overheating. The alien warship fired. A beam the size of a skyscraper roared toward Defender 01, burning through space like a white sun. Aaron shouted, Now! Cade slammed the command. The shadow drive triggered. Everything went silent. Everything went dark. The beam passed straight through the place where the ship had been. Defender 01 vanished. The alien warship sensors screamed. Where did they go? Find them. Scan every direction. But they found nothing. Aaron's voice echoed from behind their massive ship. You should have never pushed us. The entire alien fleet turned and stared in horror. Defender 01 had reappeared right behind their planet-killer warship, aimed directly at its weakest point. Cade whispered, Captain, ready. Aaron spoke the words that would change the galaxy. Fire. A silent tension filled the battlefield. The alien superwarship hung in space, unaware of the danger at its back. The Defender 01 floated behind it, weapons ready, every system glowing bright with power. Cade's finger hovered over the firing switch. Rena's voice shook. Captain, if we fire at that point, the explosion will destroy half their fleet. Aaron didn't answer right away. Her eyes stayed fixed on the enemy warship, this giant machine built to scare the entire galaxy into obedience. And now it was pointed at Earth. Aaron spoke at last. Calm, clear, firm. We fire only once. Not to conquer, not to destroy, but to show them we won't kneel. Cade nodded. Ready. Rena whispered. System stable. The targeting screen flashed green. Then Aaron gave the order. Fire. A single pulse shot from Defender 01. A bright blue spear of energy cut through space and slammed into the weak point of the giant warship. For 1 second, nothing happened. Then the entire rear section of the alien warship lit up like a burning sun. Boom! Light swallowed the sky. Smoke and debris spiraled outward. The ship didn't explode. It shut down. Its engines died. Its weapons went dark. The giant vessel simply drifted, powerless and defeated. Across the alien fleet, panic exploded. They disabled the command ship. This is impossible. Retreat, retreat. Small ships turned and fled. Others froze, unable to decide whether to run or surrender. But Defender 01 did not chase them. Erin would not let this become a slaughter. She opened a channel to every alien ship in the area. Her voice echoed like thunder. We do not want war. But if you threaten Earth again, you will lose everything you bring. Then she said 5 words that would be remembered for centuries. This is humanity's final warning. The battlefield went silent again. Not because the aliens agreed. Not because they understood. But because none of them dared to answer. When Defender 01 arrived in Earth's orbit, thousands of ships, military, civilian, research, rescue, gathered to welcome them. Cade watched the crowd of lights from the window. Captain, look at that. Everyone's waiting to see what happened. Rena smiled. Exhausted. Let's hope they believe us. Erin didn't reply. She stared at Earth, the blue oceans, the white clouds, the continents shining under the sun. It looked peaceful again. But she knew peace never lasted. When they landed at the United Earth Command Base, officers rushed toward them. Reporters screamed from behind the barricades. Governments waited for answers. Every screen on Earth lit with one question. Did humanity survive the blockade? Erin stepped forward and spoke 3 simple words. We are free. The crowd erupted into cheers. Families cried. Soldiers saluted. Children shouted the ship's name. For one moment, Earth celebrated like never before. But deep inside the command building, behind locked doors and thick walls, a meeting was already waiting for Erin. Earth's leaders sat at a long table, their faces serious, their eyes sharp. The head of the council leaned forward. Captain Erin, your ship fought a battle no one expected. But we need to know something. Erin waited. The leader asked, where did you get the shadow drive? Silence filled the room. Cade and Rena exchanged nervous looks. This was the one question they hoped no one would ask. Erin answered slowly. It didn't come from Earth. The leaders stared at her. Explain, one demanded. Erin took a deep breath. It came from a signal we found 2 years ago. A signal not sent by any known species. She placed a metal shard on the table, a piece of an ancient device with glowing patterns. This is not human, and not from the Galactic Council. The room went cold. Then who sent it? A general whispered. Erin shook her head. We don't know, but they warned us. They told us humanity would face this danger. Another leader spoke with unease. And they gave you technology powerful enough to scare the entire galaxy? Erin nodded. Yes. And there's more. Everyone leaned forward. Erin's next words were quiet, but they struck like thunder. They said the council is nothing compared to what is coming next. Rena's voice shook. Captain, should we tell them about the final message? Erin hesitated. Then she nodded. Rena placed a small device on the table. It projected a short recording, a message written in a language older than any known civilization. Translated into Earth language, it read, Prepare. The real enemy wakes. And only your world can stop it. The leaders stared at the message in horror. The head of the council whispered, So the aliens we fought, they were only a warning. Erin looked out the window toward the stars. No, she said. They were scared, just like us. She turned back to the room. And whatever is coming, even they fear it. Back aboard Defender 01, the crew sat together quietly. Cade sighed. We saved Earth today. Rena looked uneasy. But something bigger is waiting. Erin stood at the window, watching the stars. Her voice was soft, but filled with steel. The galaxy thought we were weak. They thought we would bow. Today, humanity stood tall. She closed her eyes. But tomorrow, our real test begins. The camera of our story pulls back. Earth glows under the sun. Ships gather. Defenses rise. A new chapter waits in the darkness. And across the galaxy, something ancient opens its eyes. Something watching. Something waking. Humanity won one battle. But the war has just begun.